Welcome to English Phrase Camp. I'm Rachel. Today we're covering the 3 most sophisticated English conversations that advanced B2 to C2 students are learning this week. We're diving into social media psychology, AI medical ethics, and global economics. After each dialogue, I'll teach you the exact phrases that make you sound impressive. If this helps your English, hit like and let me know which topic challenges you most. And make sure to hit subscribe and the notification bell for more advanced English content. Let's start.
Dialogue 1. Social media literacy and mental health.
Marcus, my latest research reveals a troubling correlation between excessive social media usage and deteriorating mental health among adolescents. We're witnessing unprecedented levels of anxiety and depression in digital natives.
That's a compelling observation, Sarah. However, I'd argue we need to distinguish between correlation and causation. Are we certain that social media is the primary catalyst, or could it be amplifying pre-existing societal issues?
The data is quite convincing. Longitudinal studies spanning 5 years demonstrate that increased screen time directly correlates with decreased self-esteem and heightened social comparison tendencies. The algorithms are designed to maximize engagement, often exploiting psychological vulnerabilities.
I don't dispute the evidence, but complete digital abstinence isn't realistic in our interconnected world. Perhaps the solution lies in regulatory frameworks that promote digital literacy rather than prohibition. We need nuanced approaches to digital wellness.
That's a fair critique. My concern is that we're conducting a massive, uncontrolled experiment on an entire generation. The long-term psychological ramifications remain largely unknown, yet we continue to normalize excessive digital consumption.
Agreed. I propose a multi-stakeholder approach involving tech companies, educational institutions, and mental health professionals. We need evidence-based policies that balance innovation with psychological well-being.
Absolutely. The stakes are too high for reactive measures. We must proactively address this crisis before it becomes irreversible.
Let's learn 3 advanced phrases for discussing complex social issues. Phrase 1. We're witnessing unprecedented levels of. This means we're seeing amounts or degrees that have never happened before. Example 1. We're witnessing unprecedented levels of climate change. Example 2. We're witnessing unprecedented levels of technological advancement. Let's practice. We're witnessing unprecedented levels of. Phrase 2. I'd argue we need to distinguish between means we should carefully separate 2 different concepts or ideas. Example 1. I'd argue we need to distinguish between facts and opinions. Example 2. I'd argue we need to distinguish between correlation and causation. Try saying, I'd argue we need to distinguish between. Phrase 3. The long-term ramifications remain largely unknown. This means the future consequences are mostly unclear or unpredictable. Example 1. The long-term ramifications of AI remain largely unknown. Example 2. The long-term ramifications of this policy remain largely unknown. Let's practice. The long-term ramifications remain largely unknown.
Dialogue 2. AI ethics in healthcare.
James, the integration of artificial intelligence in healthcare diagnostics raises profound ethical considerations. How do we balance technological advancement with patient autonomy?
That's a fundamental tension in medical AI implementation. While algorithms can detect patterns invisible to human physicians, they also introduce questions about accountability and bias.
Precisely. If an AI system misdiagnoses a patient, who bears responsibility? The developer, the hospital, or the treating physician?
The liability framework remains frustratingly ambiguous. Current legal structures weren't designed for algorithmic decision-making in life or death scenarios.
Moreover, these systems often reflect the biases inherent in their training data. AI trained predominantly on white male patients may provide suboptimal care for women and minorities.
Absolutely. However, emerging techniques like federated learning and bias detection algorithms show promise for addressing these disparities.
But should we be comfortable with probabilistic medicine? Patients expect definitive answers, not statistical likelihoods.
Perhaps we need to fundamentally reconsider medical communication. Transparency about uncertainty might actually improve patient trust and outcomes.
These conversations will define the future of medicine. We must proceed with both innovation and extreme caution. Time to master 3 sophisticated phrases for ethical and professional discussions. Phrase 1. I'm grappling with the implications of. This means you're seriously thinking about and trying to understand the consequences of something. Example 1. I'm grappling with the implications of remote work on team culture. Example 2. I'm grappling with the implications of artificial intelligence on employment. Let's practice. I'm grappling with the implications of. Phrase 2. We must weigh these risks against. This means we should carefully compare the dangers with the benefits or alternatives. Example 1. We must weigh these risks against the potential benefits. Example 2. We must weigh these risks against the cost of inaction. Try saying, we must weigh these risks against. Phrase 3. Perhaps the optimal approach involves. This means maybe the best solution includes or requires a particular method. Example 1. Perhaps the optimal approach involves collaboration between departments. Example 2. Perhaps the optimal approach involves a gradual implementation. Let's practice. Perhaps the optimal approach involves.
Dialogue 3. Global Economic Policy and Inflation.
Minister Thompson, central bank policies worldwide seem increasingly divergent regarding inflation targeting. How sustainable are these disparate monetary approaches?
Elena, each economy faces unique structural challenges requiring tailored interventions. One-size-fits-all monetary policy proved inadequate during recent crises.
Yet currency volatility and trade disruptions suggest coordination failures. Are we risking global financial instability for domestic political expediency?
That's a fair critique. However, coordinated policies often disadvantage developing economies with different growth trajectories and debt burdens.
The trilemma of international economics remains relevant. Independent monetary policy, fixed exchange rates, and free capital flow cannot coexist indefinitely.
which is precisely why flexible frameworks and bilateral agreements have become essential. Pure theoretical models rarely survive political realities.
Indeed, perhaps the future requires entirely new international monetary institutions designed for multipolar economic power.
Let's learn 3 powerful phrases for discussing complex economic and political topics. Phrase 1. We're approaching a critical juncture. This means we're reaching an important point where major decisions must be made. Example 1. In climate policy, we're approaching a critical juncture. Example 2. With this budget crisis, we're approaching a critical juncture. Let's practice. We're approaching a critical juncture. Phrase 2. The cost of inaction may exceed. This means not doing anything might be more expensive or harmful than taking action. Example 1. The cost of inaction may exceed the cost of prevention. Example 2. The cost of inaction may exceed the immediate investment required. Try saying, the cost of inaction may exceed. Phrase 3. Achieving consensus requires significant. This means getting everyone to agree needs a lot of effort, time, or resources. Example 1. Achieving consensus requires significant compromise from all parties. Example 2. Achieving consensus requires significant time and patience. Let's practice. Achieving consensus requires significant. Great job! You learned 9 advanced phrases today. These will make you sound sophisticated in any complex discussion. Like and subscribe for more advanced English every week. Comment which dialogue challenged you most and share this with anyone preparing for university-level English. See you next time!